to one of the major food groups.
Yes, especially in Wisconsin, right? Well, our next guest comes close to that. She loves beer so much that she puts it in all of her recipes. She's the author of this book, The Best of American Beer and Food. She works it into dinner, dessert, and get this, even breakfast. I love that. Lucy Saunders joins us now. Again on the Morning Blend. So nice to have you back, Lucy.
Yeah, great to be here, Molly, Tiffany.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I think the whole dessert and breakfast thing is a little shocking to people.
Yeah, dessert, breakfast. This is actually, I brought a chocolate malted strawberry shortcake, which could be served for dessert. And if you make the full batch, you can have some left over for breakfast the next day. The secret ingredient, of course, is beer, but also
not so secret anymore.
That's right.
The bridge ingredient is chocolate malted milk balls that you chop up in a blender or a food processor and sprinkle into the strawberry shortcake.
So it's not malt powder.
No.
It's actually chocolate malted milk balls that you're putting into it.
Right,
that sounds yummy.
Chopped up finely, and that gives you the bridge to the flavor of the beer, because beer, of course, is made with malted barley, the same ingredient in chocolate malted milk balls.
I love that. Very interesting. A lot of people are addicted to those too, so I can imagine them being really liking these. You know, with the change of season, do you find that you like cooking with different kinds of beers this time of year, whether it's a pale ale or a summer brew?
a summer brew. There are so many summer seasonals out there right now. Milwaukee Brewing Company has just introduced a Saison. Lakefront Brewery has a white beer.
What's a white beer?
A white beer is based on a Belgian recipe known as wit beer.
Okay.
And there's wheat in it, as well as it's unfiltered. So when you look at it in the glass, it's kind of cloudy and white. It looks a lot paler.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So a lot of new, it seems like this time of year you see a lot more of the berry beers and things like that for summer.
That's true.
Or lemon, something with a lemon citrus kind of twist.
And there's actually both lemon and strawberry in the filling for the strawberry shortcake. That's a little secret. If you've got store-bought strawberries that might be a little more dry after shipping, you slice them up thinly and toss them with a little lemon juice and sugar, and they'll turn nice and juicy.
Yum. Yeah. So tell us about how you make this recipe then, the one that we see here.
Yeah, the chocolate malted strawberry shortcake starts with a basic shortcake recipe: flour, baking powder, salt, a little bit of sugar, and I use cream, heavy cream, and then it's 2 parts cream to 1 part beer, and in this case I chose a summer wheat beer.
Okay.
And then it's a very moist dough, so you just pat it out with your hands, or you can drop it from a teaspoon onto a baking sheet. It's that simple. Bake it off and then fill it with whipped cream, the chopped malted milk balls, and the strawberry filling that I just described. So very easy.
Yeah, it sounds pretty easy, and it looks really nice. I would think a great thing to serve for guests too.
Yeah, it looks really great. So for people who aren't familiar with a lot of your recipes too, what got you interested in cooking with beer?
There's so many wonderful flavors and styles of beer available now, and just in the same way that there are so many styles of beer glassware, I really see this trend in home entertaining where you can present these different samples of beer and then also present it in the proper glassware, which just adds to the enjoyment.
Yeah.
I know you got these glasses at Boelter, and we're going to talk in a little bit about an event that you have coming up. It's actually tomorrow at Boelter, where people can have breakfast with Boelter. These tasting glasses here in front, though, are something that you usually just see at a restaurant or at a bar, but it's kind of fun to have something like that and to serve it to guests, because you can take advantage of sampling a couple different kinds of beer and not just choosing one. Or maybe for people who brew at home, it'd be a great way for people to taste some of the different mixtures that they have.
Some of the different homebrew recipes.
Yeah, exactly. Describe these 3 different glasses to us, starting with this one.
Yeah, that's a tall Pilsner glass that you have your hand on, Tiffany. And in the center is a tall wheat beer glass. That recurved shape helps to channel the collar of foam that comes when you pour a wheat beer. It's typically unfiltered, has a lot of foam. It just looks so beautiful in that glass. Yeah. And then that's a short Pilsner glass. And a very—
Is that for darker
We don't
beers?
like short glasses. Just kidding.
Well, I actually do like those short.
Yeah, these guys are fine.
They are. They're
as long as there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you can get a refill.
And what would you serve a dark beer in this?
Actually, no, I'd serve a Pilsner. Again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of beer to cook with, or does it really depend on what kind of dish you're making?
It depends on the dish. I think I mentioned the bridge ingredient. You want to identify the top flavor when you taste a beer, and then think about the kinds of foods that might go really well with it. And that's what I think about when I taste a beer for the first time. I think about, would this be something I'd want with a steak? Would this be something I'd want with a salad? And in the case of wheat beers, there's a tradition in Germany of having beer for breakfast.
Oh,
so I'm going to be making a wheat beer French toast.
It's a way to start your day.
And that's what you're doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow at the Boelter Company SuperStore.
Okay, well,
So
I think
cool.
we should taste this and
can we eat
then
those?
give people
Yes,
details on what you're going to be
absolutely.
doing.
I'm just going to take a bite. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You're going to
here.
pick it up?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there's a
think so.
fork for
Oh,
you.
Yeah, there's a fork for
So
you.
tomorrow at this event, people have an opportunity to meet you. You're also going to have your cookbook there, right?
Yes, the best of American beer and food and grilling with beer available for signing for Father's Day gifts.
That's great, and I know there's the beer festival going on at Bayshore, so people can kind of walk and go right down the street on Port Washington to meet you there. What else are they going to find in your book? What other kind of recipes?
We have recipes for all different kinds of dishes, from breakfast, soups, stews, salads, seafood prepared with beer beyond just the beer batter. There's so many things that you can do with the flavors of craft beer. It's wonderful.
This
Fantastic.
is so good, Lucy.
And the
I
Wisconsin,
know, isn't it?
The Wisconsin
She
Beer
had 2
Lovers
bites.
Festival. Oh, good.
Here's the information for Breakfast with Boelter. Lucy's going to be there tomorrow. You can meet her. You can find her cookbook there. She'll sign it and tell you all about some of her great new recipes. It's happening from 10 to 11:30 a.m. tomorrow at the Boelter SuperStore. They're easy to find right across from the Home Depot on Port Washington, just a little bit north of Capitol Drive. They have an incredible store, and it's where you can shop with the chefs, because that's where they all shop. It's a great place for you to be doing this. So it's nice to have you. Thank you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Glad to have you here.
I saw you take 2 bites
Oh, no, I
there.
got another one scooped up here, too.
Cheers to you, too. Thanks, Lucy. After the break, a new twist